Advice for a smaller guy under 6 feet tall trying to become an alpha dude.
First of all, Brent, how much do you weigh? Because you say smaller guy, but I know dudes who are 5'9", 5'10", who are 95 kilograms and built like brick outhouses. I mean, you wouldn't want to fuck with them. Yeah, it's not just about how you look. It's very much about your presence as well. So yeah, put the weight on, put the muscle on, put the bulk on, but don't look like a geek. It's something me and Andrew say a lot. This guy looks like a geek. It's very simple. Don't look like a geek, because you're either the guy who's not so tall. I mean, how tall are you, Sterling?
I'm 6 foot.
You're 6 foot. So Sterling's 6 foot. Now he could be 6 foot and look like a geek. But for the last however many years, I mean, he said he ran a paleo meal day. He's obviously been in shape his whole life. He's strong. He's built. He's got the bald head. He's got the stubble going on. Well, he could grow a ponytail, which wouldn't suit him, and shave his face clean and be fat and soy, having not worked out. And he'd be 6 foot tall, but he'd look like a geek, and no woman would ever want to fuck him. So look at yourself in the mirror. I can look at myself in the mirror and say, I need to work on this, that. So I'm sure you can, Brent. So it's not all about height. Just work on everything else.
Exactly.
It's like being a video game character. This is what I explain to nerds who play a lot of video games. You have your RPG, and you have your character with his strength and his wisdom and his intellect, and you have all these various stats. Fine. Your height stat isn't going to go up, and it's locked at what it is. Raise everything else. Simple.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get working on those stats, boys.
Yeah.
It's funny you actually mentioned that, because no shit, like a lot of people don't realize this about me. I used to be a complete fucking geek.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that.
How would your iron mindset change if you had an accident such as losing a leg or getting cancer? I mean, that's actually quite a decent question that we could go into. Andrew, do you want to hit that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll answer that question. I think this is kind of similar to a lot of people come at me and they say, well, yeah, Andrew, it's easy for you to have an iron mindset because you're so sexy and gorgeous and perfect. And I try and explain.
Bad things happen.
Bad things happen. And there's absolutely no advantage in life to looking at one of your disadvantages and accepting it as a massive disadvantage to the point where it detriments your mindset. So I'll give you an example. I had a guy who came to me and said, Tate, you're a G, but I'm 5'4". And it's hard because girls don't like short guys. And I said, yeah, that's true. This is hard. And you're right. It is a disadvantage. He goes, what should I do? I said, do the exact same thing as if you were tall. Don't try and like walk around with your chest puffed out or nothing. But if you were 6'4" and you go up to a girl and you're only 5'4", go up to the girl, because you can't change it. There's no point in trying to imagine some scenario where it doesn't exist, right? Once things have become finalized, once it's binary, once it's 1 or 0, you are 5'4", and that is not going to change. You may as well stop seeing it as a disadvantage and just live your life as if you were the size you want it to be.
Yeah.
And that's the best possible approach on the chessboard. Yeah. You have to look at life that way, right?
Also get into great shape.
Yeah. And you can look at the chessboard and say, my position's bad, but this is the best move. The best move is still to approach the chick. So if I had cancer, the best thing to do is to still just be myself and be happy and be positive, believe in yoga fire, meditate deep. I would meditate inside of my own mind.
Okay.
And force my free testosterone to destroy the cancer cells.
All right.
Have you ever heard of that? More plates, more dates? Huh? You ever heard of that? My hyperglobin would strap up, go to war. Yeah. Now you ask me,
why'd you set him off?
The streets.
Why'd you set him off?
Listen, this is what's going to happen. White blood cells, black blood cell, like Crips, Bloods, LA. Listen, we're taking it out. That's what I'm going to do.